This is a small community, so everybody knows everybody else. So these obviously are 4 kids that are in our community. So it definitely hurts a lot of our members.
Tonight on Connecticut's news station, a community is in mourning after a deadly fire. 4 children are dead. We have team coverage like why firefighters had a hard time entering the home to save people, how people are stepping up to help.
Plus, we're getting a new look at video of an officer-involved shooting in Killingly. The new details we're learning tonight.
And more affordable housing in the Elm City. We're looking at the final phase of redevelopment just getting underway at the new Haven Veterans Memorial Coliseum building.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Sarah Sanchez.
And I'm Brent Harden. A northern Connecticut town is in mourning tonight after 4 children died in a house fire.
Yeah, the community, of course, of Summers has been shaken to its core as investigators look into what sparked the fire that devastated one family and left another homeless. Fox 61's Matt Karen begins our team coverage tonight. Matt.
A night of tragedy quickly turned into a day of devastation. 2 families now left picking up the pieces of their lives. Their once home behind me now just a charred shell, haunted by the horror of what happened inside.
Residential structure fire, multiple victims, some possibly trapped, unaccounted for.
A nightmare in the new year. 4 children killed in a house fire.
Our hearts and prayers go out to the families and loved ones of the affected by this tragedy.
10:20 p.m. Tuesday, flames engulfed this 2-family home on Quality Ave in Summers. Neighbors, noticing the blaze, rushed with residential extinguishers to put it out, but it wasn't enough.
At the time they arrived, the entire front of the house was heavily involved in fire.
Fire crews arrived in 5 minutes and rescued several people, including one who jumped from the 2nd floor.
Unfortunately, 4 juveniles were pronounced deceased.
The kids, ages 5, 6, 8, and 12, all part of the same family and all part of the Summers community family.
This is a small community, so everybody knows everybody else. So these obviously are 4 kids that are in our community. So it definitely hurts a lot of our members.
In addition to the people, several pets were inside the home.
We were able to rescue 3 dogs, but there was a litter of dogs that we were not able to rescue in time.
The cause of the fire has not been determined, but Fox 61 has learned the home itself contained antiquated electrical wiring.
The house was an older construction with numerous concealed spaces, which allowed the fire to spread rapidly and took a considerable effort for us to extinguish.
Firefighters also say their rescue efforts were hampered by a back door that was not easily accessible.
One of the entrances was difficult for us to get in. So it took some extra effort and work for us to get into the back door.
The family, living through unspeakable horror, has asked for monetary donations to be made to the Town of Summers Angel Fund to support their recovery. A community united in grief and left with more questions than answers.
We're still trying to figure out what happened, why it happened, try to give the family some answers and some closure. So we're still kind of in that go, go, go mode. I think it's going to hit a lot of us in another 24 hours or so when we kind of settle down and the adrenaline stops.
In total, 12 people lived in this home, including a family of 4 and a family of 8. We're told that in addition to the deceased children, 3 other people also received injuries, one with serious burns. A Summers firefighter also received burns, but is expected to be okay. Reporting in Summers, Matt Karen, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
So devastating. All right. Thank you, Matt. The Summers community is shaken by this tragedy, as you can imagine. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin continues our team coverage now with reaction from town officials.
Community members in this small neighborhood right off of Main Street here in Summers say they're devastated to learn that the 4 people who died in this house fire were children, the same children they've seen playing outside and walking to the bus many times. In this 2-family house that 11 people call home, the Summers fire chief confirms 4 of those people were killed in the overnight fire, all from the same family.
When the firemen arrived, the house was engulfed in flames.
We are told the 4 kids are between the ages of 5 and 12 years old.
It's a tremendous tragedy, and it's going to take us a long time to get over this, and we're doing everything we can for the family.
The selectman says in all of his years of knowing and loving the town of Summers, he never expected a tragedy like this one.
Incredible loss. tragedy the town hasn't seen forever that I'm aware of.
Firefighters tell us at first arrival they knew people were trapped, but a rescue effort was slow as the front door was on fire and the back door was blocked.
The whole front of the house is very involved. The first floor right up to the second floor, limited access, very hard to get in there. So the crews did an extraordinary job trying to get in there, trying to do some rescues. They did several grabs and brought several victims out.
This fire leaving the first responders, the neighborhood, and the small community to feel such a deep loss. And the state fire marshal and state police are still investigating this fire. They say that they will continue to look through all of the evidence here in this house to figure out exactly why and how this fire happened. In Summers, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Brooke. Fox 61 will keep you updated on this developing story, both on air and online. You can find everything on fox61.com.
A 14-year-old is under arrest tonight for allegedly making a threat against Bristol Central High School. Police say the threat was made on social media today, but say there is no actual ongoing threat to any of Bristol's schools. Additional police patrols were sent to the schools as a precaution. The Board of Education saying these threats are disturbing to the community and will not be tolerated. And we're learning new details tonight about an officer-involved shooting in Killingly. The Office of Inspector General releasing this body camera video today showing Trooper Joseph Godbout stopping Reuben Muller, who was wanted for a robbery on December 30th. When asked for his license, Muller runs. Trooper Godbout uses his taser and then uses it a second time as Muller continues to try to run. Muller is then seen pulling out a revolver, and that's when Trooper Godbout fires one shot, hitting him in the chest. Muller is currently in the hospital being treated, and the incident remains under investigation.
The state capitol was evacuated this morning after a threat. Police say an email was sent to the Capitol in Hartford and other state capitals saying there were multiple explosives in the buildings. Officers searched this building and found no threat. Federal authorities are leading the investigation because it involves other states.
Hartford police are investigating a shooting tonight. Police say a man in his 20s walked into the hospital just after midnight with a gunshot wound. The victim told officers he was shot on Woodland Drive. There's no word right now on any suspects.
Berlin police arrested a man in connection to a bank robbery. Police say Matthew Kevorkian robbed Webster Bank on December 20th. He was arrested yesterday at New Britain Superior Court. He was there being arraigned for charges in connection to a different robbery that happened in Newington on December 19th. Well, time for a check of the weather.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank standing by with the news of the first measurable snowfall coming this year.
Yeah, can you believe it? We've made it to this point in the season without having any widespread plowable snow, but it looks like that is going to be increasingly likely for us heading into Saturday night and Sunday. But before we end up getting there, we actually do have the chance for a snow shower in spots tomorrow morning when you wake up. 40 degrees right now in the Hartford area. We're in the lower 40s for New Haven, but a lot of other areas are already dipping back into the 30s, so we've got that cool down ahead. And if you look in the southeastern part of the United States, we have a storm developing. This is going to miss us. It'll scoot to the south, but there will be enough moisture nearby as it passes to the south and east of us for us to get a snow shower for some for the morning drive. Overnight lows will be dipping back into the 20s to right around 30 degrees, mostly near 30 as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. And don't be surprised if you see a few flakes out there early tomorrow. This is 6 in the morning, stopping the clock at 8 a.m. It's not out of the question for a dusting in spots as this is coming through, and more likely than not, we just want to let you know about it so that you're not caught off guard, but most of you should be just fine for the morning drive. Some clearing possible, then turning windy and colder later in the day. That colder air settling in and setting the stage for our upcoming winter storm. Your full forecast coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, the final phase of the New Haven Veterans Memorial Coliseum building is in motion, bringing a life sciences and tech office building to the city of New Haven with more affordable housing. The construction is filling a hole in the city that's been around for years. Fox 61's Lindsay Kane is at the site in New Haven with the details.
It's been 17 years since this space has really been used, but now the plans are coming into place to bring more affordable housing and also to improve studies in biosciences here in the Elm City.
New Haven is on the move, and we're a growing city, and that's really exciting.
The final phase of the redevelopment project for the New Haven Veterans Memorial Coliseum building is in full swing. The building imploded back in 2007, leaving a massive pile of rubble along with a large parking lot. Now Governor Lamont and city officials have the designs for a new life science and tech office building, bringing science labs along with some affordable housing units all inside the 270,000 square foot building. Mayor Justin Elicker says the plans show a city that is evolving.
And that is a city that is experiencing growth, that leans into our housing crisis by creating many, many more units.
The other phases of the redevelopment project are already in construction, including an apartment building with even more affordable housing and a retail shop space. Governor Lamont is awarding a nearly $1 million grant to help get the site ready for the final part of the construction. Excited to show New Haven is creating around 750 jobs while advancing in bioscience and affordability.
We have vibrant, growing cities where young people want to be. And that's what this is all about right here. We're doing everything we can to make sure there's housing and opportunity for everybody.
The groundbreaking on the final phase is expected to begin this summer, but the apartments right here behind me are expected to have its first residents this summer as well. In New Haven, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Our state's 169 cities and towns are now allowed to apply for red light and speed cameras, but there's criteria that must be met to install the technology. Studies have shown these cameras can disproportionately impact people in low-income and diverse neighborhoods. So the DOT wants to see statistics showing why a location would benefit from a camera. They're also taking into account the poverty rate and ethnic makeup of the surrounding community.